Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight for CofC Inclusion and Diversity at the College of Charleston. My name is Devin Thompson. I'm with the Office of Admissions, and we're super excited to have you all joining us tonight. Before we begin, I have just a few quick housekeeping reminders. I'm going to be dropping a link in the chat here momentarily. And this is going to be a great opportunity for you all to enter your name and your email address to be entered into a raffle for attendance tonight. We definitely want to mark that you all have attended, and so make sure to do that before you log off tonight. I also want to remind you that we have a whole host of campus partners and students here that want to answer your questions, and so we will be monitoring the chat function this evening. So if you have any questions throughout the course of the night, make sure to drop those in the chat as well. But tonight's event, most importantly, will bring together members of the CofC community who are at the forefront of fostering and supporting the college's commitment and ongoing efforts to make this a community where diversity and inclusion is valued and respected. You're going to hear from members of the Office of Institutional Diversity, Multicultural Student Programs and Services, Greek Life, our admissions team, alumni, and of course, our wonderful current students. I'd now like to introduce you all to a fantastic member of our undergraduate admissions team, Michelle McDowell. Michelle, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you so much, Devin. And again, good evening, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us for Inclusion at CofC. We are truly excited that you take in just a little bit of time out this evening to learn a little bit more and to know that you matter here at CofC. As Devin said, we have an amazing panel of individuals that are going to bring you some great information about the campus and how you're going to fit in here at the College of Charleston. So we're excited, and on behalf of the Office of Admissions, welcome again, and our counselors in our office, we look forward to working with you as you work through the application process. We are going to give you some information about that towards the end of our program today, and going to give you some information on how you can join us and come on campus to visit our beautiful campus. But we don't want to delay the time. We want to get right into giving you the information that you logged on to get. So again, we have some amazing individuals that are on tonight from some terrific offices around our campus, our partners around the campus that are going to bring some information to you to let you all know how you can fit in right here at the College of Charleston. So to kick us off this evening with our panel, I'm going to bring on an amazing individual on our campus who takes inclusion and diversity to heart, and he really lays it out clearly where we stand with inclusion on our campus. So without further ado, I'm going to bring to you Dr. Renard Harris, who serves as our Chief Diversity Officer here on campus, as well as the Vice President of Access and Inclusion. So with that said, Dr. Harris.
Yes, thank you very much. Hi, hey, first of all, congratulations. And this is an early congratulations, so I hope to repeat that next year when you come to the College of Charleston, and I really hope you do. And I say that sincerely because, you know, it's a really cool, fun, liberal arts eclectic school, and I think that's important for self-identity. So, as you know, there's been a lot of talk about diversity the past few years. I'm sure in your own spaces, there's been a lot of talk about diversity. Personally, you know, I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing because the more you talk about it, you know, the more you develop your muscle to deal with any situation that comes to you that kind of pushes against the normal. And sometimes the normal is, you know, don't acknowledge self-identity. But then when it comes out, you've got to deal with it. So I think talking about it is healthy. More importantly, I think action is healthy. So that's a good thing that we're talking about diversity. So here at you know, the College of Charleston, your self-identity matters. And this is why we think so at the College of Charleston. So the way we look at it, everything that made you who you are develops your self-identity. And I use the term self-identity because you tell us who you are. We don't tell you who you are. So however you self-identify, you know, whether it be through you know, race, ethnicity, gender, orientation, expression, belief, you know, age, status, however you self-identify is important to us. It's important to us because we want to make sure we honor and respect everything that made you who you are. See, it doesn't make sense to not respect your self-identity, because when you disrespect that, you disrespect everything that made you who you are. You know, and I'll use myself as an example. You disrespect my self-identity, you disrespect my mother, grandmother, community, everything. And that's not how life should work, right? I am who I am because of all the things that made me who I am, and that should all be honored and respected. So at the College of Charleston, we want to honor that. Now, the College of Charleston probably sits, not probably, pretty close, 80% non students of color, so white predominantly, and about 20% what they call URM, underrepresented minority. I want to applaud admissions because they said, do we have to use the term URM? Can we use Alana, African American, Latin American, Native American, Asian American, 2 or more races, right? I love that because when you talk about, minority versus majority, you're talking about numbers, right? And diversity, we're talking about people, human beings. So whether you have 10 of one group and 1 of the other, all 11 should get the same type of equity and opportunity. So the fact that we are identifying African American, Latin American, however you identify, LGBTQ, that is important. We're not talking minority majority. We're not talking numbers. We're talking human beings. So let me start there. That is a huge step in the right direction to identify specifically how that identity wants to be expressed and wants to be acknowledged. So that's a good thing. So I guess in short, we want you to bring who you are. We want to develop who you are. And most importantly, we want you to graduate and show the world who you are. This whole point of graduation is big to us. So there's a gap between graduation rates between Alana students and non-Alana students. We want to close that gap. So we want you to come in, have an amazing experience, do exceptionally well academically, put your identity out front, because that's where we think you will shine best. And we want you to graduate, and move on and contribute to the world beautifully. So that graduation rate is important to us, that we give you the support you need in your own identity to do what you need to do to move forward. That's hugely important. Let me tell you a few things about the college before I move on and introduce the panelists. So I mentioned earlier that you've probably heard a lot of talk about diversity lately. You got to be careful with that because, don't fall for the okie doke, right? A whole bunch of talk. Diversity is about action. And I want to share some things with you that I feel and my colleagues feel we have taken action toward to move the DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion needle. Because that's important. And a lot of talk, sometimes the talk gets ahead of the action. They need to be close. The talk and the action need to be as close as possible. One of the things we've created is called Launchpad. We're just kicking it off. It'll be ready when you come next year. As a matter of fact, we're building it now. The idea is this: when you walk into this liberal arts college, which I think is a fun, eclectic place, like I said, where you do a lot of heavy academics, a lot of heavy experiential learning, you can also begin to study your career opportunities. So Launchpad is for all those businesses we're nurturing and fostering to come into the college, those companies that have a prioritizing diversity, equity, inclusion, and they want to meet Alana students, not because they're black or brown, not because of the color of their skin, but because of their rich experiences make it a win-win. See, these companies today, they don't want the same kind of thinking. They want this perspective, this multiple perspective. And that means Alana students, LGBTQ, religious faith, they need other insight. So we created Launchpad for that very reason. While you matriculate through school, you can begin focusing on internships, career, professional development related to your career, right? Meeting with businesses and companies. So as you move forward, you can always consider, what do I want to do when I walk out of here? I've met X, I've met Y. Is that something I want to do? That's hugely important. At the same time, we have multiple mentorship programs that don't just say, come to the college, okay, you're ready, see you later. We have multiple mentorship programs that will give you the support you need. And sometimes it doesn't mean support just academically. It just means, which way do I go? Who do I go see? The cool thing about here, and I taught here for like 10 years before I moved into the Chief Diversity Officer position, is that our relationships are very personal with our students, right? So, sometimes large universities, you have office hours. Hey, you knock on the door, you come in, we'll serve you. We'll find out what you need. And that's one of the best things about the college, is that it's a really close relationship between student and faculty. It's a personal relationship. So Launchpad is one thing I wanted to share. The second thing is workshops. We are constantly doing workshops in this campus, not just in our office, the Office of Institutional Diversity, but all across campus, about identities, about working with identities. So we believe in something called culturally relevant pedagogy, right? That when a faculty member sits and looks at students, all students aren't the same. That engagement, that relationship, depending on their self-identity, kind of influences how you engage, how you engage with that student, how things look, how that student might engage with you. and we need to practice and talk about those things to have our professors ready with our students. So we have multiple workshops on this campus that speak to everything from identity consciousness to systemic awareness, the whole range from a micro to a macro place. That's incredibly important. I'll share a few more before I introduce the panels. One more is critical conversations. This is important because there's a lot of things going on in this amazing country and world. And sometimes universities want to hide away from those and not put them at the front table so faculty, staff, and students can engage in that conversation. Not here at the college. All those things that are happening out in the world, we want to talk about them here at the college. Called critical conversations because there's nothing to hide. The more you engage with these conversations, the better you'll be able to engage with the world. One more, how about this? We have a Jewish Studies Center, we have LGBTQ programs. I think last study, this is a little dated, I think about 2017 we had data that read, we have about a 18% LGBTQ community. We try to support that beautifully. We just had an event a few weeks ago called Being Me at CofC, where we introduced all these amazing opportunities for our LGBTQ community. We have a module that we encourage all faculty, staff, and students to take. So I'll close there, but I just want to say we are, in terms of diversity, we are being intentional. It's more than talk. And if we set this up properly for you, you'll find yourself not only the right place to be, but the fit place to be, where you can own yourself, own your identity, and move through with great experiences and great academic experiences as well. So we've got some cool panelists for you tonight. Let me introduce them to you. We're going to have Aliyah James, who's representing the Honors College. She's an Honors College Admissions Counselor. Ms. Rochelle Johnson, she's the Director of Multicultural Students Programs and Services. Mr. Rhonda Washington, she's the Associate Director of Fraternity and Sorority Life. And Ms. Nisa Williams, she's a CofC alumna, a class of '95, and the President of the Black Alumni Council. So as you can see, we have panelists, and we have other panelists coming after that, but these panelists kind of give a full view of what's happening here at the college. Hope to see you next year. Thanks a lot. Ms. Aliyah James, please.
Yes, thanks so much for that introduction, Dr. Harris. My name is Aliyah James. I am the Associate Director of Admissions for the Honors College. It's a pleasure to be with you guys tonight, and I'm just going to give you a little brief overview of what the Honors College is and what the benefits are, and hopefully you'll think about applying to us and joining us next year. The Honors College is a small community within the larger CofC community. Roughly 10% of the College of Charleston are Honors College students. The main focus of the Honors College is to help you personalize and create the perfect college experience by giving you all the opportunities and helping to put you on the right path to get you to that graduation date and also get you to the career that you're looking for. So kind of to talk about a little bit of the benefits, and we can move to the next slide. Like I said before, the Honors College has what we like to call a tailored academic path. So these are going to be your smaller classes that are a little bit more discussion-based and writing-heavy. We have a 4-year advising model. So in your freshman year, you'll be paired with an honors advisor. This is going to be in addition to your major advisor. So for those students who are a little bit on the line about what you want to do, this is the person you would have those conversations with. We also have what's called our freshman career coach. This is a partnership we've built with the Career Center on campus. So all of our freshman students are paired with a career coach. This will also help you identify what major you're looking for, what career you're aiming for. Also, we have a living and learning community. So one of our dorms on the campus is geared towards our honor students. And all of our courses, again, are interdisciplinary. We have special topics, and they're a little bit more advanced depending on your major. We previously talked about those experiential learning opportunities. That's built into the honors curriculum. So in that first year, you're going to get started doing your service learning. So you'll be out in the community, engaging with our community partners. And then once you complete that first year, you'll be going into an independent project. So this could be a study abroad, this could be an internship, this could be research, depending on your major. And then in your senior year, you'll put that all together into a senior thesis, which we like to call a bachelor's essay. This is a year-long project that you do with a professor of your choosing, and you get to present at the end of your senior year. So these are all the really cool ways of how the Honors College is a little bit different from the rest of the college, but how we're still working with the college to make you have a great experience. If we move on to the next slide. We have a lot of honor-specific organizations. So our Charleston Fellows is our top scholar program. This is roughly 25 students who we believe are the top scholars at CofC. We give them merit-based scholarships. This provides them with a smaller community of students and alumni where they're doing workshops, they're doing competitions and networking, and ultimately having great connections with each other. For our students who are interested in studying abroad, we also have a really awesome program that is called the International Scholars. This is ran by our Associate Dean. And at the end of your freshman year, if you're chosen to be a part of this program, you get to have a expense-free trip at the end of your freshman year, which is always great for our students to go ahead and think about studying abroad. I know sometimes studying abroad isn't on the forefront of your minds, but being able to get this experience, no cost to you, is definitely an experience we're wanting our students to have. And then for our students who are a little innovative, they're thinking about creating apps and websites, we have a program for you as well. So this is our entrepreneurship community, and this is about for 15 students. And we're looking for those innovative students. So if you have an idea that you want to get out to the world, this is where you want to be, and we're going to help you get that idea out. And then to talk a little bit more about our partnerships, we have some really awesome offices on campus, and we at the Honors College have made it a point to work with these offices on campus. So the Undergraduate Research and Creative Office on our campus provides research funding and study abroad funding for our students. We have students who are always competing for nationally competitive awards. This can include Fulbright grants and Goldwater scholars. This is just helping you get that funding for while you're in school and even after school. A lot of our alumni have been able to get these grants, which help them with their research once they graduate. And then also, again, that really strong partnership in your freshman year with the Career Center helps our students be able to get internships and study abroad opportunities, and ultimately get in connection with all the amazing businesses that we have, because the goal coming to college is to get to your graduation date and achieve a career at the end. And we want to make sure we're helping you as soon as we can in getting you started. I know the biggest question, we can go to the next slide, is about how do you apply? It's not a hard application. It's a part of the CofC application. So when you apply to CofC, you will also be able to apply to the Honors College. We're just asking for an extra essay, and that essay prompt is up on our website. And then if you're doing some really amazing things in your school and your community, we're asking for you to show us that as well. Our priority deadline is November 1st. That's going to be those students who are going to be considered for those national scholarships and top scholarships. And then January 15th is also a date. Like I said before, we're looking for students who are doing well in their classes, performing well, have strong writing skills, and that are engaged in their community. Test scores are optional, just as the rest of the college. So definitely, if you are even thinking that you might be interested in the Honors College, I encourage you to apply. We want you to apply. There's so many opportunities through the Honors College. So definitely get your application in by November 1st. And then we can go to the next slide, which just is about the way you can stay connected with us. We have some really amazing students on campus who are doing some really cool things. One thing that I think a lot of students are interested in, the students who spent the summer working in the surgery labs, and we have an awesome blog up about that. And then we're also always putting things on our Instagram page, and then also doing some really cool virtual events that we would love for you guys to join us. So definitely stay connected with us. Again, my name is Aliyah James. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions for the Honors College. So if you have any questions regarding honors, just reach out to me. My email's on the screen. And I want to turn it back over to Dr. Harris. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Leah. That was fantastic. We'd love to hear now from Ms. Rochelle Johnson.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rochelle Johnson. I'm the director of the Multicultural Student Programs and Services office, also known as MSPS. So I just wanted to welcome you this evening and telling you a little bit about our office. We're located in the Multicultural Center, which is next door to the Addlestone Library. We're in a 4-story historic house, and we are not the only office that is housed in that building. We also have the office, the Center for International Education. So for those of you who may be interested in study abroad opportunities, that office is also located in our building. our office, we are the Diversity and Inclusion Office under the Division of Student Affairs. We assist the college with its diversity and inclusion efforts by creating various Heritage or History Month programs for students. We work with students to celebrate their self-identity, like Dr. Harris mentioned, be it through race, gender, orientation, religion, and there's just so much more. We have, next slide, please. Within our building, we have a conference room and a living room that student org use for meetings and social events. There's also a computer, student computer workstation and study space available within the building. Next slide. We have a prayer and meditation space located on our 4th floor. It's a non-denominational area. It's a quiet, peaceful environment for prayer, meditation, and reflection. So we're really proud of this space. This is very new to the center. It's been in existence now for about a year. And for all of our students, we offer a beverage station while they're meeting and using the facilities within the building. Next slide. So as I mentioned earlier, we create cultural and heritage events with student groups across campus with various offices, just to recognize the various Alana identities on campus. And with that, we partner with some offices like Student Life. We've also partnered with the Office of Institutional Diversity and also some academic areas as well. We are responsible for our Safe Zone training on campus, and it's to provide an environment where participants can feel free to talk and learn more about our LGBTQ community and become allies. And so we have our assistant director in our office who conducts training for our faculty and staff and students on campus. Next slide. One of our programs that if you are accepted to the college that you would hear a lot about as an incoming freshman is our Spectra program. And Spectra means Speedy Consolidation and Transition Program. It's a 4 to 5 week program where students come to campus, they live in a res hall, eat in a dining hall, take 2 4-credit classes, and they learn the college community. They get to meet administrators, President Hsu, and it's a way for students to be acclimated to the campus environment before they come in the fall semester. And in this slide, there are just some pictures of our past Spectra class at the beach, having a conversation with President Hsu, some outside activities they were engaged in. Our Spectra leaders are in the yellow shirts, and then President Hsu playing volleyball at the beach with some of our students. So once you're accepted to the college, probably end of January or so, you'll start receiving emails talking more about the Spectra program. It's a simple process. You're welcome to submit an application. There's not a fee involved. And I did not mention that the Spectra program is also free. So hopefully moving into next summer, we'll be back at offering 2 3-credit courses for students that are free. The only thing that you would be responsible for are books, if you're a professor so desires, and spending money. So keep a lookout for any information that you may receive regarding Spectra. Next slide. And so part 2 of our Spectra program is called Mentoring Matters, and that's one of the mentoring initiatives that Dr. Harris spoke about on campus. So we pair our Spectra students with upperclassmen, faculty, staff, and administrators on campus. And they're just a resource for students to help them navigate that first year while at the college. Next slide. So we're a team of 3, and it's myself, Linda Keller, who's our associate director, and Ayana Johnson, who is our admin. So if you're on campus, on tour, stop by our office just to say hello. And Dr. Harris, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Rochelle Johnson. That was fantastic. All right, so we've had 2 great speakers. We have Ms. Aliyah James, we have Ms. Rochelle Johnson, and now we have Mr. Rondo Washington. Please, Ms. Washington.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you on this evening to talk about what I do. I never thought in a million years that I would get paid to do something that I passionately love and encourage students to join as well as advise students. I am the Associate Director of Fraternity and Sorority Life at the College of Charleston. My primary position is to advise historically Black Greek letter organizations as well as college organizations. Currently, we have 7 of the Divine 9 organizations on campus. We actually have 1 culturally based organization, which was the first Latin fraternity founded at the College of Charleston. Now, you may be looking and say, I may not be interested in joining any of those organizations, and that's okay. You have the opportunity to charter your own organization that you identify with at the College of Charleston. So whether or not it's your Asian sorority, Hispanic organization, whatever it is that you identify with, I am your person to help you. We are looking for leaders. Currently, our population of students are in an accelerated leadership program with fraternity and sorority life. They have the Greek emerging leaders, which is for the first year students who have joined fraternities. We have the Greek Leadership Institute, and that's for our seasoned sorority and fraternity members. We encourage community service, giving back not only to your College of Charleston community, but as well as the Charleston community, as well as your local community. So when you're on spring break, winter break, whatever break you're on, we are encouraging you to make sure that you are giving back to your local communities and even in your hometown. Next slide, please. So our history, NPHC is the National Panelist Council. It is comprised of the 9 Black Greek letter organizations, also known as the Divine 9. Of the 9, we currently have 7 of them active. Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. So, like I said, even though you might not see the organization that you might specifically identify with, we encourage you to start your own organization. So you're probably wondering, how do I get to know these individuals? How do I get a chance to meet them to see what organizations that I identify with? So it's easy. What you will actually be doing is you will attend our Meet the Greek session every single semester, where you will get to know each of the organizations. You will meet their presidents and what their organizations stand for. So for more information, make sure you follow our Instagram page to keep up with all of your collaborative events and your future Greeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Washington. I think we wanted to introduce Ms. Nisa Williams, but I think there may be some technical difficulties. Ms. Williams, are you available? I know she was having some technical difficulties. So we're going to move forward, and hopefully she'll be, once those difficulties get cleared up, we'll return back to her. For right now, though, I want to introduce Mr. Kenyatta Grimmage. He's the Associate Director for Access Initiatives and Pre-College Initiatives. Fantastic guy, and I always tell the same story about Mr. Grimmage. I heard him tell someone one time, tell parents and others, that when students come to this college, he feels personally responsible to make sure they're well taken care of, their well-being, their matriculation. And I will tell you, to get a little personal, as a parent, that's exciting to hear. that once you come to the school, that we've got folks like Mr. Kenyatta Grimmage and others that take it personally, that your well-being is sufficient, is thriving and healthy. So I'll pass the mic on to Mr. Kenyatta Grimmage, please.
Good evening. My name is Kenyatta Grimmage, and like Dr. Harris said, I'm Associate Director for Access Initiatives and Pre-College at the College of Charleston. I'm excited to be here this evening with you guys. Just like Dr. Harris said, for me, when minority students or students of color come to the College of Charleston, I feel like it's a handoff process. Parents are entrusting us with their children for the next 4 years. And I take that personally. You know, I feel like it's an obligation to support them on our campus. That being said, you've heard from some great people tonight, but I'm excited because now you get to hear from our students, right? They are who you want to hear from. They are the heartbeat of our campus. So with that being said, I'm gonna get our students to introduce themselves, tell us their names, classification, major, and hometown.
I'll start. My name is Jemiah Bryce. I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina. I am currently pre-med on the biology track. I also minor in sociology. I think that was all you wanted to know, right? Okay.
I'll go next. My name is Malcolm Johnson. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I am a junior here in science and minoring in African American Studies.
Hey, my name is Megan Roberts. I'm from Florence, South Carolina. I'm a public health major on a pre-dental track, and I am a sophomore here at the college.
Hello, my name is Brian Robinson Lindsay. I am a junior at the college, and I am majoring in sociology and minoring in African American Studies. Oh, and I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Thank you, guys. So the first question, if you can go to the next slide, you guys had, multiple options for college, just like the students who are on this call will also have. Why College of Charleston?
Me personally, when I got to College of Charleston, I was sure I wasn't coming here. I wanted to go to Howard. I got into Howard. I got into Clemson. I got into all these big universities in South Carolina. And I was like, I'm not coming here. I'm just here because my dad's happy. And then I seen Mr. Grimmage, Kenyatta, and I seen all these other people that looked like me in this one program. And he reassured me that this is family. It's not that we're just trying to get you here because we want more diverse people here at the college. But it was that there was a family here. And when I got here, I was like, they were looking out for me completely. It wasn't that they were going to get me here and then they're going to let go. So I knew that from the start. The way he talked to me, the more I talked to other students that were already here, it was a family. So that's why I chose College of Charleston, because I knew that I was going to actually be looked out here instead of going to some big school like Clemson and become 1 out of 1,000 that just kind of get drifted away. So that's why I chose College of Charleston.
I would say that I chose College of Charleston because of, like Maya, the MOVE program here with Mr. Grimmage. Because when I first came, or when my mom first booked the tour, I've never heard of the College of Charleston. I was like, I'm not going here. I can't. Like, I don't want to go to College of Charleston. So then my mom was like, you should go and just at least do the MOVE program, which is the weekend program, and fell in love with the campus, fell in love with the people, and since then, like after that weekend, it was only College of Charleston. I didn't really care about no other school but College of Charleston.
I chose College of Charleston for networking opportunities because I plan on going to dental school. I really want to go to MUSC, so I ended up choosing CofC as my first option so that I could have like an in-state like graduate program to attend. And I also chose CofC for how beautiful the college is. I just automatically fell in love once I toured the school. So yeah.
For me, I chose CFC. Well, at first it wasn't my first option, like Maya. It was like kind of like my third or fourth, and I chose it because I like the size classes, the size of the classrooms, and the campus was obviously beautiful when I toured it, and that's the real reason why I chose it.
Next slide, question number 2. What opportunities and resources at CFC aided you in your transition to college?
Like Megan said, the way that CFC is so closely working with MUSC was one of the big opportunities that I saw why CFC could benefit me. Not only do they work together, but as a CFC student, you're automatically in MUSC hands with like a GPA booster and certain opportunities that you'll get that other students coming in from other places wouldn't get. So that right there, me being a med student, was a big opportunity and resource. And not only did that happen, but like there's so many programs and opportunities other than many multicultural. Like I'm also in Women in STEM, and we work closely with MUSC, and all these different other programs that you can join also work so closely at MUSC. So that right there is a big help. I'm not walking into MUSC blinded because I already had like help from other organizations to get me there.
One huge thing that helped me my freshman year would be the Miss Rochelle. She was talking about Spectra. I did the Spectra program summer 2019, and coming in with the Mentoring Matters, I got that helped me. His name is Dr. Green. I got matched up with a lot throughout my first year, and the MSPS building, like they help a lot. So I would say that was like the biggest resource, school, like the free printing and just through MSPS.
Okay, the program that helped me the most with my transition from like high school to college was the MOVE program. Coming into CFC, I hadn't done senior project. I didn't do Spectra. So I ended up doing the MOVE program my junior year, and that's where I actually met my family, my roommates that I still talk to and still communicate with. And that helped me like really adjust to the college, especially not seeing a lot of people that look like me here, just knowing that I have people that have my back and that love me. Also, when I came to the college, I also joined the Pre-Dental Association, which is in close link with MUSC. So that also helped me with my transition and making connections.
For me, what helped me transition to CSC was, I would say, solely Spectra, because when I was going to CSC, I really didn't know anybody, and Spectra helped me like build a relationship and like a family type essence, and that's how I really got familiar with all the campus and all the tricks my freshman year to help me be successful.
Question number 3. What are you involved in on campus, and what are the benefits of getting involved in the campus community?
I want to apologize. I didn't really answer that last question correctly. Spectra is really what got me to transition pretty good. It started me off with a good GPA boost. I started off with a 4.0. Other students didn't get the opportunity. For this question, I kind of answered it in the last question. So I'm involved with Women in STEM, Minorities in Medicine, and SCAMP. I mostly want to talk about SCAMP because SCAMP is a program that starts in Spectra, and you get a stipend for being a part of it. And it's for students that minorities and STEM major fields. And it's a small stipend, but I mean, it's more than anything, more than nothing. So the benefits to that was that I had a close community of STEM major fields. And till this day, we look out for each other in every science class, every math class. So that right there was a big benefit that I had.
Currently, I'm a part of Black Student Union, and student ambassadors on campus. I would say the biggest benefit is networking and just like talking to people. You just never know what kind of connections you can make on College of Charleston campus, just like by talking to people and through Grimmage. And yeah, just that's the biggest benefit, is being active and being open to talking to new people, now new stuff that you could get involved with on campus.
Currently on campus, I'm a student ambassador, a part of Pre-Dental Association, and also the Center for Civic Engagement. And the biggest benefit I've had from being involved in these clubs is just making new friends and just networking. Oh, I also work with MSPS. Oh, and I was an orientation intern. So I made a lot of friends doing a lot of things around campus, just knowing a lot of different people, knowing who to call about what is like the biggest benefit of just getting involved on campus.
I am part of student ambassadors and gospel choir, and I say one of the biggest benefits is that's how I really got to meet people, is joining organizations. That's how I got to meet lifelong friends and really good connections. Yeah.
Fourth question. How did you adjust to being at a school where you're a member of the minority community?
I adjusted pretty well, mostly because I participated in the Spectre program. So when school actually started for us, I already had a good community full of people that looked like me. So me adjusting was pretty smooth. I think if I didn't do Spectra, it would have been a lot harder for me. But I'm grateful for that opportunity that I had. So I'm still adjusting. I think me now that I hang out with more minorities than I did previously or any other time. So.
Just like going off of what I was saying, I think for me was the Spectra program, and also doing the MOVE program when I was a senior, and just building a family that I already had, and feeling like I already had like a support system, so I won't feel as alone. And also, one thing that I do with is the African American Studies program. I try to at least take one African American Studies a semester, and that kind of just helped me. Like at least I have one class, one semester at least, but that helped a lot.
What helped me the most with being at school, I'm a minority, is basically just speaking to everybody I see that looks like me to make new friends, because I feel like that's very important. Being here at a school that is predominantly, but so yeah, that's pretty much what helped me.
What I say I adjusted pretty well. I say what helped me the most was definitely Spectra, because I feel like if I didn't do Spectra, I don't think I would actually be here. But Spectra helped me the most.
Question number 5. Do you feel you were supported at College of Charleston? Please explain.
I do feel supported at College of Charleston. I feel like Grimmage would have had an angry face if he didn't say that, because it could be literally me just in Chick-fil-A and he got my back. And so it's small things like that that makes you feel well supported. I can go to him about financial things. I can go to Ms. Rochelle about more inclusive activity, not to mention they give you free prints in the MSPS. So it's so many things out here that they look out for you. So I definitely feel supported, and I'm glad to be at College of Charleston for that reason.
Yeah, I definitely would say that I feel supported on campus, not only with Mr. Grimmage, but the MSPS building and Ms. Rochelle. I love them so much. Free printing. It's just that the MSPS building is like a huge help. Just go there. They have different events and everything that they have there. And just to see people like me that definitely helps a lot. So I would say, yes, I do feel supported on campus.
Yes, I do feel supported at the College of Charleston campus. One of the first moments that I knew I was supported was when I was doing the MOVE program and I didn't have transportation to get to Charleston because my mom works. Miss Michelle actually gave me a ride, and that was like, ding, 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 I'm going to this school, because I'm like, these people actually care for me to be here and be present. So yes.
I absolutely feel supported by the College of Charleston. Mr. Grimmage, he's always there. He's always has your back. They also just reach out to you sometimes, just randomly, and the MSPS building, that was a big part that helped me feel supported. Yeah.
All right, our final question. How do you enjoy what do you enjoy most about the College of Charleston?
There's so many things I enjoy, and some things I can't tell you guys. You guys got to see me later. But the one thing that I really do enjoy is that when we do have organizations at MSPS, or at the MPHC house, like, it's honestly like a big cookout. And that right there is that feeling where, you're somewhere where you're comfortable, you're accepted. That's the most thing that I enjoy. So when they have organizations like that, I think I enjoy that the most.
Yeah, I would definitely say the different events by Black Student Union and student ambassadors and MSPS is what I enjoy most. Just the fellowship of different minorities on campus and us coming together. That's definitely what I enjoy most.
What I enjoy most about the College of Charleston is how easy it is to get involved. I loved how many opportunities there are, how many clubs there are. It's just so much you can do. Like, don't do it all though, you get overwhelmed. But like, there are just so many things for you to get involved in. There's a club for literally like pretty much everything. And that's where I got overwhelmed with. But that's what I enjoy most about the college, is just exploring.
What I enjoy most about the college is definitely all the events that happen here. It's like that's how I get to meet new people, new faces, and like, I don't know, it's just really fun.
All right, thank you, students. You guys did an excellent job. I just want to leave with these, because I heard these themes reappearing over and over again, right? There's no diversity without inclusion first, and then also getting involved when you get to a predominantly white institution is the way that how you transition and matriculate into college. So if we could leave you with anything, is that, we are inclusive here at the College of Charleston, and then when you get here, we expect you to get involved. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Grimmage. Is Miss Nisa Williams, was she able to come in on the line?
No, Dr. Harris, she won't be able to make it.
Okay. Mr. Grimmage, I guess, can you introduce Miss Chelsea and Miss Laura, please?
Okay, so it gives me great pleasure to introduce two colleagues of mine, Miss Laura Sanders, who is our senior associate director for admissions. She covers the upstate region, so Greenville, Spartanburg, and all of the upstate. And then Miss Chelsea Jacobs, who is a CofC alumni, and she is our new recruiter in the Office of Admissions. Chelsea bounces around the state everywhere, so I'm gonna open up the floor for those two.
Thank you, Kenyatta. Hello, I'm Laura Sanders, and I want to thank Kim for that introduction. Also, just want to mention that Chelsea is a great new addition to the College of Charleston. She's actually super busy, I think, this evening meeting with some students, so I'm going to cover the following information for you. So if we go to the next slide. what to submit when you're applying to the College of Charleston. So you can apply through cofc.edu or through the Common app. We have an application fee of $60, but you can ask any of us on here tonight about a fee waiver, and we'll be glad to provide that to you if you don't already have it. When you are completing your application, it's going to require the high school transcript. You can self-report your test scores, which are optional for traditional College of Charleston or honors. Self-reported courses and grades, you are going to have to enter that information. So any coursework you've done from, if you have any middle school credit through high school, we're going to require that you enter that coursework as well as your grades. Next slide. In support of our holistic file review process, admissions decisions are based on the following criteria, regardless of residency. So in-state or out-of-state, we're looking for your high school coursework. I will also say we consider where you attend high school because we feel like that's important for each of the counselors to know the high schools that we are reviewing, to know the curriculum that's offered at that particular high school. GPA weighted or unweighted at one school can be completely different than that at another school. So we want to know our high schools that we're looking at. Your test scores, if you submit those, if you're a homeschool student, you do have to submit test scores. Otherwise, it is completely optional, up to you if you would like to do that. And class rank. If your school doesn't rank, then that kind of takes it out of the equation, but class rank as well. We can go to the next. So some application deadlines that are important to know are our early decision deadline of October 15th. That is a binding deadline. If a student is accepted through early decision, the student agrees to withdraw applications from other universities. So that's important to know if you are thinking about applying as early decision. Our second deadline is November 1st. That's early action and honors college priority admissions and honor scholarship, so that you'll be notified by December 15th. So I would say that overall we're going to push you to apply by that November 1 deadline. Make sure that you have those things in order, and that includes getting, again, to make yourself complete, you need to submit the test scores if you're going to submit those, your coursework, and your high school transcript, as well as the application itself. January 15th is our regular decision deadline. It's also the deadline for departmental scholarships, and it's the honors college deadline as well, to be notified by March 1st. Anything after January 15th will be considered on a case-by-case space available. That's considered our after regular notification. March 1st is our FAFSA priority deadline, and then May 1st is our National Decision Day. Also wanted to just throw in there about the FAFSA will be open October 1, so you guys can go ahead and get that rolling for yourself. Next slide, please. We always encourage you to visit the College of Charleston. As you heard a lot of the students talk about tonight on the panel, that visiting campus was huge for them, whether it was a multicultural overnight visit experience or just a typical tour to come down to campus. That really can help students make that final decision. It's a great way to start is by doing a virtual tour first. That can help you know if you really want to go to that next step and visit in person to our campus. So we encourage you to do that as well, and check out the upcoming dates that we have available for you to come to campus. We have some build your own campus tour dates coming up, as well as just traditional information sessions. Next slide. I'm going to hand it over to Michelle McDowell, I believe now.
Yes, thank you so much, Laura. Thank you to everyone this evening, especially to our students and our families who joined us this evening, to all of our panelists, our campus partners, and our amazing students. Guys, our students tell the story, and you know, it's such an amazing time when we can get our students on to talk with students and to talk with families, prospective students and families, to let you all know their experience. We do not script our students. Our students are telling you from their heart how they feel. So we are just super, super proud of them and excited that they were able to join us today. You all had some amazing questions in the chat. We hope that we answered them. If you have additional questions, please feel free to shoot us an email on our website. You can also, I believe one of our representatives put in the chat a way to meet your counselor. We have counselors throughout the state. and throughout the United States. So we have counselors who you can definitely get in contact with to ask additional questions. You heard our students mention MOVE and Spectra and all of these great programs that we have to support our Alana students. We have a MOVE coming up on October 23rd. This particular MOVE is not an overnight because of the COVID situation. We are doing a drive-in one-day MOVE program. It is the multicultural on-site, on-campus visit experience. So we want you to take advantage on that on October 23rd. You can also see information about that on our website. So again, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. We look forward to servicing you and helping you through that application process. So please be safe and enjoy the rest of your evening. And thank you for spending the evening with the College of Charleston.